Joining me here at Croft Park, Hereford interim manager Yan Klukowski. Hardly the performance you were looking for today, to say the least.
No, I think it's important to apologise first to the travelling fans, to everyone connected with the football club. Simply not good enough, too passive, no enthusiasm for the game. So apologies to the travelling supporters to have to witness that and be on the end of that scoreline.
Yeah, it seemed a lack of motivation, lack of desire from the kick-off.
Well, I actually thought we started the first 10 minutes okay. We looked like we had the more territory, but then too passive in a wide area. Poor 1v1 defending. Nobody backing each other up when mistakes were made or players were beaten, and then we allow the lad to just ghost into our box, no pressure on the ball, and he puts it in. So then we're really on the back foot, and then the body language and the response from that was simply not where it needs to be. Because,
as you say, you've got to really motivate and help each other out, and that was evident that the Hereford players weren't doing that today.
Well, we just spoke about being compact and difficult to beat, and then working off triggers to try and win the ball back to break on them and use our pace in wide areas. But we were far too open, far too spread. As I said, we weren't connected all over the pitch. Anytime somebody got beaten or a ball was played over the head, they seemed like they were isolated, and Blyth had freedom of the park. So look, we spoke about that half time and tried to find ways to get back in the game, but we give a silly soft penalty away, and then the sending off comes, and then it's a really tough afternoon.
As I say, that penalty was really the final nail in the coffin. I know Blyth went on to score two more, but you felt there was no way back from that. Yeah,
look, the penalty's a poor challenge, and it is a penalty, but the disappointing thing for me is the lad's had 12 touches of the football in the wide area. Me and Kevin were counting the amount of touches the lad had, and he's had 12 touches. We've allowed him to come inside, where our out-of-possession principle is to show around, not through, and then it's a clumsy challenge in the box, and 3-0, it's a difficult scoreline to come back from.
Because you're asking for the players to show a professional approach, to go out there, for a defining match today as far as the National League North was concerned, but it didn't turn up.
Yeah, look, we were professional in our approach in terms of how we prepared throughout the week. The warm-up was good, it was sharp, the players seemed at it, they were saying all the right things in the dressing room, and again, we started the first 10 to 15 minutes okay, but then we haven't responded really well at all to their first goal, and that's a disappointing thing.
Is it a case of, here we go again? There's been quite a few times where Hereford have been behind in games and not able to claw their way back in. Is it a case of a mental attitude to it, do you think, a little bit?
Maybe, but we've never capitulated like that.
No.
Since I've been at the club, we've never been beaten that heavily. So I think the players have to take responsibility. I take responsibility, but the sending off doesn't help things either. Going down to 10 men when confidence is low, you're 3-0 down, and you feel like you've got a mountain to climb. But we have to show more resilience than that. We have to show more mental toughness to be solid and compact, and it has to mean more than just allowing players to run off us in the box and get simple goals.
A final word really on your career at Edgar Street. Perhaps a sad way in the end for the last result for you, for your involvement with the club.
Yeah, something, if I'm being honest, I don't think I deserve to be leaving on the back of a 5-0 defeat. But I leave with pride and joy of representing this football club for the last 3 years as a player, assistant manager and manager. Again, I'll apologise to the fans for the result and the performance today, but hopefully they see the good that I've been a part of, and some of the good work that has been done over the last 3 years.
Thanks very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Can I second that and thank you for stepping in at short notice really and taking over the reins. At the end of the day, it's not your team as such, it was Josh's team, and you've had to make the best of it, and today is a sad day. It's a bit of a knock which you can deserve.
Well, I appreciate you, thanks very much. It's like I say, a sad way to go out, but it has been a thoroughly enjoyable experience at the club, and I appreciate everyone's thank yous.
Do you think the fact that the players were told their futures on Thursday might have affected things today? Maybe
that the club decided to do that, and that was the process they went through. I don't think it's fair to judge that process at this stage. Obviously, very raw off the back end of that 5-0 defeat. So lots to reflect on, lots to think about on a long journey home. And maybe some learning for everybody going forward.
And would you take up the reins of being a manager again?
Yeah, look, I think it's something that I see myself doing in the future. Whether it's next season, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, I don't know. I think really important to have a little bit of a rest. It's been a manic 4 months. So yeah, really important that you have that rest and kind of reset, and then we can decide kind of which way I'm going to go going forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.